Welcome to The Artist Matters. I'm Alex Rudy. Each episode features an artist sharing their creative journey, their origins, what inspires them, their process, and offering up a little inspiration, motivation, and advice to help you on your creative journey. Whether you're doing it for fun or looking to make a living, this show will help you on your journey and let the world know your art matters. Well, hello, end of summer thrill seekers and creatives and artists and everybody who's listening right now. It's me, Alex Rudy, and The Artist Matters. Great to be back. To end out August, which is typically the end of summer, as if you would kind of classify it, we're reaching the end of the month. So that means summer's officially winding down, even though this was the summer that wasn't. We didn't have a lot of the arts to keep us entertained like we normally do. No stage shows, no concerts, no movies in the theaters. Bummer. But we strive to survive and keep praying this coronavirus goes away and never comes back like this. But you got me giving you artists to chat with. And let's get into today's episode. Sometimes you need a buddy. Hey, and that's who we have today. His name is Buddy Casimano. He is a choreographer. And he kind of fell into it in his younger years. But first he was into elite level gymnastics. Yes, he was a 3-time junior Olympic swim champion. But something else was calling him. And it might have been destiny, but he was going to high school with none other than Debbie Gibson. Yes, that's right. The Debbie Gibson. And they became friends, and once she started singing, getting her music out there, hey, she had her friend Buddy be in her videos, and then he started choreography for her videos, went on tour with her as a backup dancer and choreographer. He's performed with her at the Royal Albert Hall for Princess Diana and Prince Charles, as well as Wembley Stadium in London, the Buddokhan in Tokyo, MoviStar Arena in Santiago, Chile, the State Street Theatre in Sydney, Australia, as well as Madison Square Garden in New York City, to name a few. But he actually is part of a world record. In 1991, at the Rockin Rio II show in Rio De Janeiro, Debbie Gibson, with Buddy and the rest of the band, were with the group A-HA. Yeah, the guys who sing Take On Me. Apparently, they are really big in Rio. And on this particular performance, they set a record in the Guinness Book of World Records with the largest paying audience for a concert ever at the time. 198,000 fans came to see A-HA and Debbie Gibson, and Buddy was part of that. Insane, I know. So after the third world tour with Debbie, he pursued his dream of dancing on Broadway and was in Miss Saigon. And he's teaching choreography now to students and has been doing that for many years. He has some funny stories along the way with getting kicked by Madonna, having his nose broken by Sandy Duncan, and many more. He also does photography, and there's so much more to his tale. The audio was a little choppy again. I don't know what the connection is with the internet these days, but I hope the internet doesn't have coronavirus. Come on, that's enough. We have enough viruses to deal with in the internet universe, so stop. But anyway, and I also have to thank Lori Ann Davis for hooking this up and making this a very enjoyable chat. So without further ado, let's get into this and enjoy my chat with Buddy Casimano. All right, let's welcome to the show someone everybody needs, a buddy. Buddy Casimano. Hey, welcome to the show.
Well, hey there. How are you?
Great. How you doing?
All good?
Right.
I'm good.
That's good. That's what we want. I'm going to share his story with our fellow artists, and hopefully some dancers are listening too, because you are a dancer, choreographer, and a lot more, as we're about to find out. Were you always a creative type? Was it always dancing?
Yes, it was always creative. It wasn't always dancing. But it's always been movement, creative movement with me. Found out very young that I could flip my body through the air. Just started teaching myself to tumble on the front lawn. And then they put me in gymnastics when I was like 5 or 6. And then was really heavy in gymnastics, competitive.
Right.
But then I went to my sister's dance recital. And it's the old story. I saw them on stage, and I turned to my mother and I said, I can do that. And she was like, you want to try? And I said, yeah. And I took my first dance class not until 9th grade.
Okay.
And as soon as I took the dance class, I was hooked, addicted, and started immediately in 9th grade, taking as much as I could and just, taking it all in, and then just started creating right away from there.
Now, were you creating choreography?
Yeah. Yes, without knowing that that's what it was. I would just be making up dances and not knowing that was called choreography even. So, yes, but I've been doing that since the time I was in my room in 2nd grade, before I was even thinking of taking a dance class. So, yeah, there's always been some sort of creation with movement and me.
And, according to your bio, you attended high school with the one and only Debbie Gibson?
I did. That was God at work, I guess, or the universe, or whatever you believe in. But because the year after I started dancing, I entered the high school talent show as a dancer and competed against who we didn't know was going to be a pop star, but Debbie Gibson, we went to high school together, and we competed against each other in the high school talent show, and I beat her in the high school talent show.
Doing what? Was it dance?
I was dancing, she was singing. She sang an original, and I thought for sure she won, and she thought for sure I won, and neither of us won. The team wound up winning because they were able to get a whole bunch of boys together to sing a song, and I guess that was the easy win. But the football team won. I came in 2nd, and she came in 3rd. Wow. And a year later, she had a record, and so she hired me based on the fact that I beat her in the high school talent show, basically.
Right away.
And there's a longer story to it, but the reason that she did hire me was because she knew that I could dance already, because I had already beat her in the high school talent show.
And so, were you in her music videos from the beginning?
Oh yeah, first one. And all of them, pretty much all of them that required someone else being in it, even if it wasn't dance. She would say, "Here, do you want to be in the background?" I'm in all of them.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm in Shake Your Love. Paula Abdul choreographed Shake Your Love. That was like the first main dance video that we did.
Oh, she choreographed.
So I'm in that one. Yeah, Paula Abdul choreographed Shake Your Love. We shot it on the day. No, we shot it the day after, but the day of rehearsal, we had a huge earthquake.
Oh.
So we were, everyone was saying that, the Shake Your Love video was shaking the ground. It was a whole time. But, Paula was not even a pop star yet. She hadn't even,
right.
It was about 2 years, maybe a year and a half. She was probably recording at that time, and just no one knew it. But she was still choreographing, and she choreographed Shake Your Love. And then... What was it
like being choreographed by Paula Abdul, first of all?
Oh, fantastic! I actually worked with her after that as well. But wow. She was great. I mean, she's iconic. She's Paula Abdul. At the time she was really, really hot because she was choreographing for a ton of people. Janet Jackson, the Jacksons themselves. She was just the it girl, and it was kind of cool to go in and be able to. I was young still. I was only 17 when we shot that video, so it was kind of cool.
I mean, but being there with Debbie and being in a music video, all of a sudden, like, wow, we're here. How did we get here, right?
Yeah, we were in high school still. So, like, we were shooting music videos, doing performances, and then going to school during the week. It was weird.
How do you balance that? That's so crazy.
Very, very strange, yeah. And I went to half a day. I went to performing arts high school. So I went to a high school for half a day and performing arts high school for half a day. So performing arts high school, they allowed me to do what I was doing, and I got credit for it. Whereas Deborah just went to regular high school, and she faced a lot of backlash because she was famous.
Of course.
They weren't the kindest to her out there.
Yeah. Of course. Now, were you filming videos there on the island in New York, or were you having to go to California for some of these?
No, we were flying out to L.A. and doing shows all over the country. We did, literally shows. My whole senior year, from March, April, May, and June of my senior year, I spent Thursday through Monday on the road with her, and school Tuesday. It was like Tuesday, we would go to school basically maybe Monday afternoon if we could get up in time, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we would leave somewhere Friday. And back in the day, it's a different world now. Like, now you can just show up on YouTube and get a million hits and, like, woohoo, it's all cute. We had to actually work. We actually had to do 4 shows at night at club after club after club after club after club to get people to hear her song, to play it on the radio so that she would climb the charts. And 10 months for the first one to climb the charts, we did.
Wow. Did you do
10 months in the club.
Did you do the shopping mall thing too?
And then, no, that was Tiffany.
That was Tiffany's bag.
We were going through, we were doing nightclubs where we weren't even allowed to be in the club, so they would have to bring us through the kitchen. They would take us through the back doors, and they would put us on stage, and as soon as we were done with the show, we'd take a bow. We were escorted off the back because we were not allowed to be in that club.
Isn't that weird? You're too young to be at the club, but you're old enough.
Are you kidding? You would play a teen club to start, a regular club like the straight club, then you'd play the after-hours club, and then you'd go and play the gay club at like 4 a.m. And we were 17.
Oh, my God.
And we would play everyone from here to Japan.
Now, would you do the whole album or just a few singles?
You would do, back then we did like 3. It was about a 30-minute set, and it was 3 songs. Wow. It was the club. So it was like a 14-minute version of Shake Your Love.
Oh, my God.
A 12-minute version of Only in My Dreams.
All right. Wow.
Yeah, like crazy stuff like that.
Wow. Oh.
I'll never dance like that again. I literally was doing 12 shows a weekend.
Wow. Unbelievable.
So it prepared me for everything, because when I finally got to Broadway, or when I finally did Starlight Express and it was 10 shows a week in Vegas, I was like, this is nothing. They were like, what do you mean? I'm like, this is nothing. Shut up.
Been there, done that, right?
I was raised by a pack of showbiz wolves, I think.
For sure. Now, as Debbie's backup dancer, were you creating choreography for her, or was someone else doing that?
No, at the beginning it was someone else, and then it kind of fused into me and the other backup dancer, and then for a little while it was just me, and then I went away to do some Broadway stuff, and she hired someone else, and then we do it together. Like, it's been on, but
staying
at
together.
First it was like Paul Abdul. Yeah, Staying Together was done. That video is basically mine and Keith Stewart's choreography.
Wow.
Because that was, right? That's the first tour, Out of the Blue. That's the Out of the Blue tour. Yeah, that's basically like choreography that we threw together on the spot, kind of like it really wasn't. God, it was so organic back in the day. And then the second tour, they hired Barry Lather. Do you know who Barry Lather is?
No, I don't.
Barry Lather is Janet Jackson. He did The Pleasure Principle. Remember this?
Oh,
the Pleasure Principle?
Of course.
Barry Lather.
Awesome choreography.
There's a lot of Usher. So he choreographed the second tour, and that was when big money and big machine behind her. And then me and the other guy did some of the backup choreography, and then the third tour I did all of the choreography.
So what is it like creating this choreography? I guess you obviously have to listen to the